I
Yes,
in?
we can.
Am I in the box?
Yes, we can see you.
Yes. I will now move into frame that is applicable.
Sounds good.
Yes. I am here now.
Alright. So, 88.1 XFM Tauranga Hit Music Station, also another episode of Mic Time with Marty, now available on Spotify, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. I am here with the one and only Pickle Priest, to anyone that is watching this on YouTube, or to anyone that is listening on Spotify. So once again, the one, the only Pickle Priest.
That is correct. There is only one of me, to the best of my knowledge, besides the twin that was separated at birth.
Right. Okay. So, first question to get started off. How did the Pickle Priest come to fruition?
Do you mean the origin of my creation or the origin of my work?
Origin of your creation. We'll start with that one.
When a mommy pickle priest and a daddy pickle priest love each other very, very much. Are there any children in this viewing?
No.
In case there are, we'll go past that. Birth. The work, however, I can get into more detail of. My faith was founded one day when I was pickling all by my lonesome, and I came across a couple of young couples. I could sense the men of these couplings did not want to be where we were. I sensed the girlfriends said something of the lines of, "Oh my gosh, please, can we just go here? It'd be so much fun." And the men said, "Fine." And hence I was there. And I knew they did not want to be there. And I must expand in their irritation, of course, because I'm an agent of chaos. So, I thought to myself, what could be the most ridiculous thing I could do to these men and make their girlfriends laugh hysterically? And hence the idea. I hold the pickle high in the air for all to see. Now, mind you, before this was done, they look at me right in the balls of the eye and say, "Dude, can you just skip the routine? I just want the pickle." But nay, that is not how it will be done. I take their pickle and hold it here and shout to the loudest of my being, "Bear witness!" So everyone around could see what I was doing, and they would have the public view and get embarrassed immediately, and I felt oh so special as I did it. And I had no plan once I began this routine, mind you. What do I do? What will they be witnessing? So I have it up here and I think, I will bless this pickle and see where it goes. And I say, I hereby bless this pickle in the name of all things good and pickle. Blah, 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 blah. And then I let out a burp. Now, at this moment, the man is quite flustered, looking around him, wondering what everyone is staring at, and his girl associates are laughing hysterically, falling to the ground and taking a video, of course. And I regret nothing. I was paid handsomely, they were pickled, and life is merry. However, those in line wished for the same routine. Embarrassment or nay. So I continued this. Why would I bless this pickle and not the other? In their minds, I do not wish for them to be insulted, although I do love insulting, but nonetheless, I pickled everyone else in that line that day, and then the next day everyone else wanted to be blessed in the light of the pickle, and the next month, and the next year, until I founded this faith upon this rock. Wait, do I have a rock? Upon this rock my church was built. Yes. And the faith has grown exponentially ever since. And I have quite the following now. The most faithful of disciples. And they know who they are. If you know who... Wink and wink. Yes. This is how the faith was founded.
Love that. Now, question is, has anyone ever blessed a pickle for you?
They have attempted, in my honor. If I am not present, I will request of them to do their own blessings, and I will judge them accordingly. You have seen many of those who also work of the orb and hold their pickle high and bless it in my name, and I commend them for doing so. In front of me, I don't believe they have taken it from me and given it an extra blessing. Why add frosting on top of the frosting, so to speak? However, a few have requested that I curse these pickles. Perhaps they are more chaotic than I, but they do not know why I bless them. So, the pickles themselves are already cursed. My pact with the underworld is what makes them so delicious. Notice I say delicious. Did you notice? It was a funny. Yes. So, if I do not bless them, God knows what else enters them besides my good pickling. So, they are already cursed. I bless them. They give me money. Life is better this way.
Amazing. So
Yes.
we have a comment here from Will the Berserker. Hello, Pickle Priest. I'm a follower of the pickle.
Yes, you are.
So, do you think that the future of the Pickle Priest could be something bigger than we could ever thought?
It will only expand. There is no room to de-escalate the faith. The next round of big babooms of the world that I will perform will be nationwide spread of my blessed pickles. We are currently working on a way to send my blessed pickles to all who request them. By request, I mean they give me money. I will not be doing this without money. But they will have them nonetheless. The methods, however, are still in the works. By pigeon? Oh, as cute and lovable as they are unreliable. Dragons are fearsome, and we will not be using them for... no. So... postage.
Okay. So, how much does a normal pickle cost for the Pickle Priest?
My normal day, I will charge 3 of the monies. We are still working on the pricing of that. Unfortunately, I cannot reach the lands of California and so forth while I'm in New York by just charging the 3. It will need to be something more, possibly. Still working on that.
Okay, so you recently just did a live where people would put in your comments of said video a confession. Now, I just so happen to have my confession, if you would be so kind as to listen to it.
Momentarily. Before you confess thine sins, I must do something dramatic.
Right.
Confess away.
Pickle Priest. I wrapped my
Yes.
pickle in cheese and it was delicious, but I feel like I've made a great error for the pickle gods.
Repeat? Repeat the confession.
I wrapped my pickle in cheese.
Wrapped the pickle in cheese. What was done once the wrapping was complete?
I ate it and it was delicious.
I believe you. The wrapping of the pickle in something other than my good wrappings in which I lick and seal and bless is quite elusive. What kind of cheese was it? It better not have been ragout. You cannot wrap with ragout.
No, it was cheddar.
Oh! The sharpest of cheeses. Did it cut the pickle in two? Then you were quite careful with your wrapping. Kneel.
Oh,
This will be your shoulder, and this will be your shoulder. In the name of the barrel, I charge you to be curvy. In the name of the brine, I charge you to be salty. In the name of the dill, I charge you to be succulent. And now I will boop you! Boopsins are done. Your penance? You will wrap cheese with pickle, consume it, and 10 push-ups. We're good.
thank you for that.
Yes.
So, I just did my confession. Now, what has been some of the, I wouldn't say weirdest, but funniest confessions that you've heard? Because I've seen throughout your comment section, people like to call you names like Daddy or other names like that. What's been the weirdest fan interaction you've had?
I father no children, I assure you. I am only loyal to the faith. However, yes, I have run into quite the stream of terminology during my ascend to the heights. The weirdest... Ooh. That does confuse me, however. Calling me daddy will get them nowhere, for I father no children. Are they missing their own father in their life? Do they wish for a parental figure? I know not. Not for me to decide, not for me to cure. I can only pickle them. But the weirdest one has most definitely been Pickle Daddy. And I reject it. Still gives me chills. Do you also wish for the weirdest confession I have heard?
Sure.
Recently, I received a confession by the username of Ghost Goblin. When he was a child, in the Boy Scouts, apparently, the other scouts convinced this poor boy to consume of the pickle that was drowned in dog food. This was part of a game, you see. There was no backing out. The pressure of the peers is quite handsome. Then he consumed it to win whatever game he was participating in, and he was not able to eat a pickle since. Now I understand his confliction. But his mistake was not seeking vengeance. Poor Ghost Goblin. But he's had his vengeance since then. I commended him for it. That's been the weirdest one thus far. There are many more to scroll through. Ooh, most of them revolve around not enjoying pickles for themselves, which I understand not! However, this one has been quite scarred, so I took extra attention to him. He's been cleansed since then.
Okay. So, would you like to play a game, Mr. Pickle Priest?
Yes, I'm prepared.
So, on a scale... So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your quick thinking?
7.2. No, 0.1. Yes.
Alright. Well, we're going to see if we can rank that up to a decent 9.7.
Challenge accepted.
That's good. Alright. I'm going to ask you some quick fire questions. You just got to answer them as quickly as you possibly can.
You will ask, and whether I answer or not is up to me. But I will.
Fair enough.
Because I
Alright.
decided.
Are you ready?
I mean, yes.
Right. Do you prefer pickles in a bag or in a jar?
Bag. And the reason why. A pickle in a jar falls to the ground and the glass smashes and the pickle is no longer pickle. If the pickle in the bag falls to the ground, it is still pickle.
Fair enough. Alright, favorite genre of music?
The one with the strings that goes...
Sounds like my ringtone from my phone.
I believe it.
Alright, favorite genre of movie?
The ones that jump in... Ah! They give you the chills.
Okay. If you could meet one celebrity in the world, who would it be?
Higher than myself?
I don't think there's anyone higher than the Pickle Priest, but...
There is not, but I understand your conviction. Possibly... Ooh... Higher than... Perhaps the gods of the pickle once I... Even immortals die.
Alright. Do you prefer TikTok or Instagram?
So far, the tick of the talk has been more productive in the spread of the good faith than the Instagram. However, they both have their purposes. I enjoy the posting of pictures. However, TikTok is mostly little ippy-dippy clippies. And Instagram has more grams.
Okay. If you could visit one place in the world, where would you go?
The vineyards of Sicily. I imagine the pickle growing there would be just as fruitful based on the... Am I allowed to mention alcoholic beverages on this channel? The wine there is quite exquisite. I imagine the soils of the grapes of that vineyard will provide excellent picklage.
Oh. Are we going to be seeing Pickle Priest Juniors in the future? Do you think that you would branch out and have tiny little pickle children blessing other people's pickles?
Will these picklings come from that of my physical form, or do I recruit them from other genealogies?
Bit of both. As long as you can make the greatest army of picklers there is.
Oh, there will be the greatest following of the pickle faith. However, they will not come from my direct pickle. They will come from other bloodlines. And yes, and we will be calling them squees. A knight has a squire, a pickle priest has a squee. And I will have many of them. For we must reach every corner of the globe with the faith.
Right. Okay, and final question for the quickfire round. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Alive, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully. Is there anything else you'd like to see yourself do in 5 years?
I would be honored to do pickling in the next 3 states of the United States that have prayed the hardest for my arrival. And those states would be Texas, Ohio, and Arizona. I will attend them as soon as I can. They have prayed the hardest, and they are in most need of the pickling, and I will do it for money.
Always for money.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you have mentioned that people can find you and hire you for weddings and for other events. What does that entail?
That entails that if they provide with me the correct amount of fundage, I will go to the union of their wedding, pickle in the back corner, and ruin everyone's lives for a price. The ones I've attended thus far have been pretty self-explanatory. I go in that corner and I do not interrupt the direct ceremony. However, if they wish for the pickle priest to come directly to the altar and give a blessing among the bride and groom, I will not say no. Quite ridiculous for their wedding photos. I do not recommend it while they are dressed up in the woo, nah, and then I am like this. No, I would not. However, I have not said no thus far. After that, I will go in the corner, I will entertain guests, I will pickle, I will throw brine at bratty children, which most people do enjoy except for the children, and they will give me money for it. However, most of my business thus far has been conducted in the New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut areas. Places beyond that might require a bit more funding in terms of my travels.
Okay. So you have been seen on social media all around the world, including some news outlets. How does that feel knowing that you've been such a big phenomenon around social media?
Concerned! Most of the time I do not know when I'm being recorded or not, therefore I must always be on my best behavior, which is exhausting. But the news clippage that I've seen thus far was quite entertaining to my surprise. Where was I last spotted? My most recent trip was to California, where I pickled the good people of Los Angeles at the Melrose Trading Post. And this was, you're familiar with the term flea market? Hit or miss? That's essentially what it was out there. And oh goodness, they needed that pickling, and I did it! For money. And then, where will my next ventures be in terms of where I will be spotted next? Actually, no, I'm not telling you that. That will be spontaneous. Because I like it that way.
Alright. So, also, on your live as well, you recently bumped into a boy band called Overnight that are from Australia, which is literally just down under from where I am. And they sang you a song. What was your reaction to it?
I was unsure of what they were trying to do. When someone is singing directly to me, it's to counter-curse my faith with the summoning of demons. But they seemed rather cheerful with their tunage. And I assumed, oh, simple bards, wonderful, let's hear them out. And they sang, ain't nothing but a party, tell me why I never walk. And I enjoyed it very much. And then I began to clap, and they knew of my approval of their tunage. But I did not know what they were doing at first, and then I noticed that they all had matching gear. I thought, oh, they all fight under the same banner, what are you? And then they said, oh, we're Overnight, we're from Australia. And that is when I knew they were Overnight from Australia.
Amazing. Alright, so I have another game for you, Pickle Priest. Are you ready?
Yes.
So, I'm going to give you a topic like chocolate, different types of pickles, and you just gotta name 3 of them.
Fire away when ready.
Alright, name 3 brands of chocolate.
Ghirardelli, Hershey, Wonka.
Alright, name 3 celebrities beginning with the letter B.
Do last name and first name count? I was going to say David Bowie, but that does not count because it starts with a D. I'll just say Bowie. Bowie! Beyonce! Alfie Bow! Complete.
Alright, name 3 of your favorite movies.
The Woman in Black. The Lady in White. And The Changeling.
Do you think we could ever see a movie about the Pickle Priest, kind of like Willy Wonka?
It will be out of my control if it happens. My arise to the heights of where I currently stand was caused by those who recorded me without my knowledge or permission, and therefore I am here. So if there is ever such footage developed and put into a movie sequence, it will be spectacular because it will be about me, but I will probably have no say in it based on what I've been allowed to be a part of thus far.
We'll see. Alright,
Yes.
Name 3 of your favorite foods.
The first one goes without saying. Next comes pasta and granola. No, swap that. Jerky, beef jerky, every day, all day.
Alright, name 3 countries you would love to go and visit.
Couches.
Countries.
Country. Italy, Spain, and Australia as a continent. May I say that?
That works.
I will say that then. I wish to be at the outback.
Alright, name 3 of your favorite cartoon characters.
What if Tom and Jerry are in the same cartoon? Do they count to be 2 different characters?
Yep, they count as 2 different characters.
Tom, Jerry, Scooby-Doo.
Okay. And final one, let's see.
We shall see. We shall.
Alright, 3 of your favorite brands of pickles.
Mine, and mine.
Rightio. Okay. Do you have any questions for me, Mr. Pickle Priest? We've been chatting for a good 20 minutes. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask me?
What flag do you hide upon your wall behind you? What fight do you fight for?
So this is a rugby team called the All Blacks. They're based here in New Zealand, and every year they have something called the Rugby World Cup, and everyone in New Zealand's always supporting our teams.
I hear that the sport of rugby is similar to the American football, but with much less protection and rules. Is this my understanding correct?
Yes. Every 4 years, the Rugby World Cup. I thought it was every year.
You are quite the athletic barbarian, then. You participate in these sports?
No, I do not.
I will not take that back to not insult you, but, yes.
Do you have any other questions for me?
The markage on thine arms. Explain them.
Right, so I told myself I was only going to get either 1 tattoo, and 1 turned into many, as you can see. Most of them are memorabilia for pets that have passed on. I'm also fascinated with Deadpool, the Joker, Stitch, and they're just all stories of my weird eccentric life as the man-child.
There is nothing more honourable than marking thyself with the markings of thine past ancestors. You have done them a great service.
Alright. Any more, or shall I continue?
You shall continue, for I have decided.
Okay. So, you have mentioned about your weirdest confessions as well as people calling you certain names. Has anyone ever given you a gift that you're like, wow, I've made it?
One moment. Yes. This is the digital art of my person that was created for me last season. And they gave me the physical copy, and I said, "What? It looks like me." And they said, "It is you." I said, "Oh, you can find the artist of this making." Get that out of the way. There we go. Less reflection. Instagram. The Dragon of Titan. Or the Titan of Dragon. I forgot which one. I believe it's the Dragon of Titan. Then, in this boxing here, was a gifted Pickle singing bowl from Tibet. From one Jenny Darko, California, local. And she's most definitely one of my more devoted followers of the faith. What else do I have here? Tiny little canvas of the Pickle Priest. I'll leave that here. And my badge wear. Every single one of these was gifted to me by one or another of the faith. One says, not corpse. Apparently I sound like someone who is corpse, but I am not corpse. So they put a pin on me that says that I am not corpse. Then, Pickle Pastor, Pickle Priest. Then, Sword and Pickle. I had a friendly rivalry with the blacksmiths that I pickle next to. And occasionally they will yell sword in my direction, and I will yell pickle in theirs, and they will yell sword in mine, and I will yell pickle in theirs, until one of us gives up. And it's usually not me, for I am exhaustively ridiculous. Then, Solania. The fans of this page will have to do the Googling. I'm not going to mention where that's from. Yeah. Then I have my hospitality titles. I have Upside Down Dan. I will not answer where that came from. And my Dances with Wolves pin was my artist tag. I also do quite the amount of doodling because I am good with my hands.
Okay, so while we are sitting here chatting, we're currently live on TikTok with the Pickle Priest and Martin the Mother Effin Man-Child. Let's get things PG a little bit here. If anyone in the comments has a question, do not be afraid to ask, and I will try and get to them accordingly while we are currently having a little chit-chat with the Pickle Priest. What are your plans for Christmas, since Christmas is coming up?
My plan for Christmas. Very, very, very much of the consuming of the eggnog with the special ingredients. Then, I take my hounds to the top of the mountain behind where I reside in the snow, and we go ahoo! And of course, we wait for Santa and set the traps. If he's late to your place of residing, it's because he's in my trap. And what are your Christmas plans?
So our Christmas plans is pretty much we go and have Christmas breakfast and lunch with family, and then during the night, it is going to be just playing on video games, opening up presents, and then I'm going back to my hometown for New Year's and having many of these spicy beverages, and then coming back here to get back to work.
Most excellent. Have you ever attempted the video game called Inscription?
No, I have not.
I would recommend such an Inscription playing event for you.
I'll have to have a look at it.
I saw one of the comments asked what was the inspiration for the Pickle Priest. Pure chance and ridiculousness. One ritual forming after the other until I became my good self, and slowly over time the removal of certain filters. There was a time when I would not say, "You pickle, me money," and it just kept going from there. I am not a man of beating around the bush. I will cut straight through your soul with my eyes gaze and tell you to give me money, and you will do it.
So, we have a comment here from Brian. Can I get a Merry Christmas / Pickle Miss to my 2 children, London and Liam?
You named your child after a place? Very well, London and Liam. You must really like the letter L. Nonetheless, I wish to you, London and Liam, a very, very Merry Christmas. You're welcome.
Alright, we have another comment here. How many pickles can you eat in one sitting?
I cannot confirm or deny that information without proper legal representation.
Now, do you think that it is weird for people to have pickles both breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert?
No, this is the way. Like everyone requires a drinkage at every meal, they also require electrolytes and the crunches of the pickle at every meal. To go without one is foolish. I commend whoever does this at all of your meals.
Alright, now what is your opinion on sweet pickles?
They also get me money. I like them.
Have you ever thought about selling the gummy variety of pickles?
Your question is not clear to my understanding.
So, like candy pickles.
You wish me to dunk a pickle into a vat of candy sugar coating and then remove it and then sell it? Is that what you wish? There are many ways to worship the faith, as there are many ways to consume of the pickle. I disregard none of them if they provide me money.
Right. So, obviously, as the Pickle Priest, you are well known around social media, as well as the places that you go to. Do you think that eventually, since you did mention that you are trying to sell your picklage around the entire world, that you could come to little old New Zealand and sell your finest of pickles to the people here?
I must be summoned by a great event. That is what mostly has caught my attention when it comes to my travel plans. If there is a festival of the New Zealand pickle, I may attend. However, New Zealand has not been praying hard enough. If I hear one word of where I should go next, all in one loud voice, and it happens to be New Zealand, so be it, I will partake in the traveling to you. Are there any great pickling events that I should know of that you have?
Well, my family here, and also my family back home, and a couple of my good friends, we actually celebrate National Pickle Day, which I hear is your favorite day.
Of course it is, it's my favorite!
So, we dress up as pickles, we sit there and eat pickles every time that we can, and we run around town yelling, pickles, pickles, pickles.
How gloriously thematic of you. I commend you for this action. I will partake with you. However, I will say in this garb, you will dress pickly accordingly. Yes.
So, where do you think that you are going to be at? Because obviously, since TikTok possibly is going to be removed in the United States, do you think you'd create your own platform just for the Pickle Priest?
My usage of the Instagram is ever standing. However, I do understand I must reach out to spread the word of the good faith. I am attempting other applications, such as Favorited, and I'm hearing from my associate that the app of Twitch is also of consideration. I will consider it deeply. But at the moment, no. I know not where this will go after, I believe, January of the 15th is the deadline of when I must decide. Is that the date where it may be stricken from the record?
I'm pretty sure.
So be it. It will be by then.
Okay. Does anyone else in the comments have any questions that they ask Pickle Priest? While we continue, you have, again, you've mentioned that you are well known around everywhere. Have you ever tried pickled cotton candy?
Describe this.
It is cotton candy that tastes like pickles.
You are speaking of the powdery, puffy, sugary poof in pickle form.
Yes.
No, I must say this has not crossed my path. Have you consumed of this? What would you say of it? You have not.
No, I have not.
I cannot deny this form of the pickling. Perhaps it requires more research. Squee, make a note! I will look into this. It must be done.
Very good, very good. So...
No, not on the wall, on a piece of paper, Squee! On the paper! Apologies. Continue.
Alright, so part of your videos has been when you pull the pickle out of the barrel and whether it is decaf, no sugar, or even the special nipple pickle.
Yes.
How do you know what brand of pickle it is? How do you know if it's decaf or no sugar?
To understand if it is decaffeinated or not, I give it a sniff. If I do not smell caffeine, it is decaffeinated. Then, I will take a pickle and throw it up into the air. If it comes back down, it is a uncarbonated pickle, for there are no bubbles inside. If I take the pickle and listen closely, and I do not hear a bone, it is a boneless pickle. If I notice a massive amount of girth and curvature in the pickling, I have established it is an inappropriately shaped pickle with a nipple. This is how I realize what I am handing to my devoted. And sometimes I just don't care and throw it at their face.
Okay. Yes, he is amazing gothic. Alright, so we're coming to the end, sadly, of our little chit-chat / interview. Whereabouts can people find you? Instagram, TikTok, let people know what's going on.
I will say this once. Not to you, to everyone watching. I am not on Grindr. You will not find me on the swipity-ripities or the swippity-leftities. Instagram, cracker. Tick of the talk. Favorited, and possibly of the Twitch, is where I can be found. And if you wish for my business, you will message me directly in my messaging of direct messages, and I will consider thine offer of employment, and money, and tomfoolery, and pickling. Proceed.
Alright, so someone says, Pickle Priest, I have never tasted a pickle. To what kind shall I try first?
The one that you pay for from me. You will hand me money and I will pickle you. Do we know who asked this question?
Yes, we do. It was Haley Ann.
Haley of House Anne. Is it spelled with one N or two? Good. That would be just Anne. Anne. Haley of House Anne. I will pickle you for money. So hand me the money, and yes, I will pickle you. And you will have your first pickling by me. Before we end our chatting, I will bless a pickle live for the good people of thine viewers. To everyone in the chat, hear me now. You will either kneel before me or do this, as I bless the pickle. Let us begin. Oh yes, you too.
Yes.
I hereby bless this pickle in the name of all things good and pickle. It has been completed.
Alright, and finally, Mr. Pickle Priest, there have been quite a number of your favorite disciples that have given you donations. Do you mind ending this amazing interview with a huzzah to the tipper?
I do not mind one bit, for this is for those who would venture far and wide to give me thine coinage, and I will award you accordingly. What do I have to be more dramatic? One moment. Oh, I will ring this other singing bowl. Another fan. Huzzah to the tipper. Completion.
Thank you. Alright, do you have any last questions that you'd like to ask me before we sadly part ways?
No! You have been quite excellent in your question asking, and have been very clear upon thine intentions and thine honor, and I have no questions for you, for I know you now. It has been an honor.
Is there a pickle priestess?
Is there a what?
Is there a pickle priestess? Someone's just put in the comments before we sadly part ways.
Nay, there is only I would not have anyone of equal power within my ranks. That would lead to disaster. The United States does not have two presidents. That would need lots of confliction, sir. I only have Squeeze. A knight has a squire, the pickle priest has Squeeze. Squeeze over there, though. She will not be attending.
Okay.
Oh, wait a moment. Now I understand. They were asking if I was of romantic relations with a female. Is that what they meant?
I believe so.
Allow me to clarify this. I am single now. My conjoined twin and I were separated at the age of 4 surgically, and since then I've been my own physical form. Where is he? Other than that, I am only faithful to the faith. Take thine romantics elsewhere. You may still attempt, though. I enjoy it.
Okay. Well, once again, Pickle Priest, thank you so much for taking your time. I really appreciate it. Is there anything I should like to say before we once again part ways? May I join you in the
Yes. Let us begin. Ready? Pickle. It has been done.
Alright, once again everyone, this has been my interview with the Pickle Priest. If you guys are listening on Spotify, or if you guys are watching this on YouTube, also videos will be posted up momentarily onto TikTok. So please make sure you guys go follow Pickle Priest on all social media platforms, as well as follows yours truly, because yay.
Yes, my ats. If you will find me on applications, I will spell it out for you now. If anyone knows it already, you may put it in the chat, but I will spell it nonetheless. CASTRICONED. This will be my at tagged form for most applications. Done.
We good?
We are good. Good day.
Alright, G. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys go follow Pickle Priest. He's absolutely amazing, and we will try our best to get him here to New Zealand. But sadly, this live must end. This video is going to be up on YouTube and Spotify as well as iHeartRadio. So please make sure you guys go follow that to see all the amazing content. Pickle Priest, once again, thank you so much for taking your time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, mortal.
Yes. Alright. This has been Mike Time with Marty signing out. Deuces.